care of the people who take care of you. Everyday heroes like firefighters, police officers, teachers, farmers, and healthcare workers. Doctors and hospitals across the region have IBX, and they know what it means to have reliable access to care. So whether you're saving lives or just trying to live a healthier life, count on IBX, the region's #1 health insurer for 85 years. Learn more at IBX.com.
Good morning, race fans, and welcome to Yardley, Pennsylvania.
To do a little racing, about 500 miles. My thoughts of embracing speed around the old Beaton Junior and Senator home.
Oh, eat my dust. What do you say to that, huh?
Winner of Daytona, 20 other races, over $40 million.
That's right. We're the ones that attack race, honestly, I think. Don't you think so? We feel that need.
Not racist.
That's right. The need for speed in the fast lane. Oh, with America's mechanic, Fred Fletcher.
Yeah, you can suck my New Egypt dirt.
There you go, New Egypt. Yeah, I caught some of your show yesterday. It was interesting for the New Egypt. Chris Moore.
Yeah, Chris Moore. He's the new manager down there. Got some new exciting stuff. Looks like it's going to happen down there, and they're giving him pretty much free reign to do what they got to do and make it good again.
Yeah.
Not that it was horrible, but to make it better.
And that's good. Then he's allowed to freewheel, let's say, a little bit, right?
Yeah, so he's got a full schedule. I got it here in front of me. Which I'm not going to list everything. I'm just going to list the important 6 that I'm running.
Right. Yeah, I said, Nick was on yesterday. I said, the only guy who doesn't need a microphone.
No, even at the track, you don't need a microphone. But
his enthusiasm is contagious. Definitely, it comes through on the air.
Yep. So we're gonna break out. If anybody didn't listen to last night's show, I'm gonna break out my car. Mm-hmm. My first New Egypt debut will be May 10th. Well, appropriately, it's ladies' night.
Yeah, there you go. So. My sister's birthday too.
Yeah, it's the day before my anniversary, so maybe my wife will come down. And
good. There you go. That's memory.
34 years.
34. How about that?
Yeah. Huh. So that night it'll be the modifieds. The Mid-Atlantic Sprint Series, the 4-cylinder, so Dom will be down there. Northeast Wingless Sprints, and then Vintage, which is me, and
that's
Marco
you,
and a few other guys.
Vintage.
Yeah. So you'll see the C-141 down there.
Nice.
On the ground, not one in the air. Well, you might see one up in the air too.
Big Daddy Don Garlitz.
So then the next one is Saturday, June 21st, which is modifieds, 4-cylinders, Northeast Wingless Sprints, and Vintage. And so you'll see me there too. Then down to July 19th, it's the Mr. Crate Classic, which is always a good run. You got the URC Sprints, which only comes around once in a while, so you won't. That's kind of rare. Sportsman, which is the crates, Street Stocks, 4-cylinders, Northeast Wingless Sprints, and me.
Yeah.
So Vintage. And August 2nd, it's a small compact one. It's the modifieds. The Mid-Atlantic Sprint Series, Street Stocks, and Vintage.
All right.
So Dom can come down and watch that day. And then,
you let him in.
Yeah, okay. He's not running that night. So unless he's running Bridgeport, he can come over and give me a hand with the Vintage car. So
good
hear
stuff.
That, Dom?
There you go.
So, then we got a couple others. There's like September 26th is the All-Star Cup Shootout. That's a good one. That's a big race.
Good.
Got some vintage going on there. And then Friday, October 24th. That will be the I'm looking at crate match races. That's always fun.
It's a full season.
Yeah, Nick did that last year with down in New Egypt, the crate match races and the modified match races, and that was a lot of fun. Right. So we got a lot going on down New Egypt and all the other tracks.
That's right. All right, and you're up with Fred. Go ahead.
Hey, good morning, Fred.
There he is, right on time. Earl the Pearl. Earl the Pearl is here.
What's going on, Earl?
Hey, great show last night, and talking about New Egypt there. I've known Chris Moore for a few years, and great addition to the track as general manager. And they've got a lot going on. It's going to be very good. We talked about before the 3 New Jersey tracks: Bridgeport, New Egypt, the 2 dirt tracks, and of course Wall Stadium, the paved track. It's good to see them healthy. That's what we need. Let's keep the sport nice and healthy. Get new drivers coming in, new fans, and your show is certainly doing it. You're bringing in a lot of new fans and people, so it's keep it going. I know you're going to have fun with the vintage car, Fred. So.
Oh yeah. And then I was saying at least the first night I run, I'm probably bringing about 40 to 50 people down with me. So
the Fred Fletcher fan club.
Yeah, everybody will have their burgundy hoodies on and the t-shirts and
play 141 in the lottery. That's what I'm telling you right now.
I do.
There you go, Jim. That's it. Yeah.
I do play
Make
that.
somebody happy.
So anything new going on the wall? I know you guys are pretty much shut down for the year, but
yeah, that's it. Pretty much just finishing up everything. We have our banquet the middle of January, our annual awards banquet. But that'll be it. And I'll keep you posted throughout the winter months as to activities at Wall Stadium.
Okay.
Emily Krause, the general manager, as I always mention, no relation. It's interesting we have the last names, but no relation. But Emily will be sitting down and coordinating the schedule. And she works it out. She looks at the NASCAR Wheel and Modified Tour schedule, the Tri-Track Series, tracks like Riverhead Raceway in Long Island, what they're doing as well, so they can kind of coordinate the Wall Stadium schedule.
Okay.
And it's neat that Wall being a paved track, on a Saturday night, and then you have New Egypt and Bridgeport being dirt tracks, all the same on a Saturday night in New Jersey, but separate fan bases. Although different, like people from Wall Stadium, go to New Egypt if Wall's not running, or they'll go to Bridgeport, or Bridgeport fans will come up and go to Wall. It's kind of neat. But all three tracks hopefully continue to stay healthy, and it's nice that all have a solid fan base. And most certainly, Wall, we're looking forward to a good 225, and we'll keep you posted on all the activities once we get rolling.
Yeah, once we get the schedule out, I'll mark my days that I'm coming down, because I love Wall Stadium. I mean, I'm even thinking about throwing some asphalt tires on my car.
There you go.
Just
like
have
the
some
old
fun
days.
on the high banks. Yeah.
Right.
So we got motorsports coming up. We talked about that a little bit last night, and a lot of the events that were going on, and let's talk a little bit about the indoor racing that's coming up. I know you guys are heavy into that.
Yeah, the first one will be in Allentown, Pennsylvania. That's the weekend of January 3rd and 4th, and that starts off our indoor racing series. That's at the PPL Center in Allentown, Pennsylvania, right in the center of town, very easy to get to off of Route 22, Route 78. And that'll be our first event. TQ Midgets, the Slingshots that regularly race on dirt at tracks like Kutztown. They'll be running indoors as well, along with the Champ Carts. And that takes place again January 3rd and 4th. And then we wind up the month of January, January 24th and 25th, with our annual Atlantic City indoor race right at historic Boardwalk Hall. Again, great tradition that started back in the early 2000s, and it's really grown, and looking forward to that again. Once again, TQ Midgets, along with the Slingshots and the Champ Carts. So that's a good way to bookend the month, indoor racing the first couple weekends, and then motorsports is kind of right in the middle, the motorsports show. So it's going to be good. And for those of you folks who have never seen indoor auto racing, by all means, come right over to the event there, PPL Center in Allentown and Boardwalk Hall in Atlantic City. Really exciting. And people ask me, like, what's it like to race indoors? I said, well, just envision being at an indoor event such as a hockey game,
right.
And just very, kind of in your mind's eye, kind of envision the hockey rink, and then just imagine the race cars running around the outside of it, like the outer perimeter.
Yeah.
That's kind of like a visual, like what you would see. And they turn incredible speeds, like 60 plus miles an hour. The TQs running indoors.
There's a lot of torque going on there too. When is the Trenton one?
That'll be the last weekend in February.
Okay.
That's at the Cure C-U-R-E, Cure Insurance Arena, right off of Broad Street in Trenton, the end of February, which is actually only a few miles from the area Auto Race News office. And that indoor race is really cool because we put down dirt inside the arena, and put down a short fifth mile or so indoor track, and it's really really intense with indoor micro sprint racing, and that's something definitely to see. And that's the last weekend of February. So by all means, put that on your must-do list for the winter. I know, Fred, that's something you said you'd like to get involved with.
Yeah, I'd like to get involved with, so I'll be keeping in touch with you, because that's right here for us, and I want to, get as many people in this area, just a hop, skip, and a jump across the river there, and get a lot of people in this area over there to get them interested in racing altogether, and say, wow, that's pretty cool. Let's see what it is like at New Egypt or Wall or Bridgeport, so that, it all ties together, and that's what Nick and I envisioned when we started the shows, were to get everybody excited. Just get out to one race, and if you're not hooked, we get it. But if you some people might be on the fence and they're like, whoa, this is something really, really cool. So let's keep it going. So
I'm just trying to imagine the indoor AC stuff in Atlantic City. My daughter graduated from college in the Boardwalk Hall. I'm trying to think the layout now that did.
Now you can envision her driving a race car.
Driving a race car, yeah.
The Subaru.
Yeah, there you go. It's really,
they could do it.
Really amazing.
Yeah.
They could do it.
Well, I was wondering how they did it in Trenton, because I would go over to when Trenton had the lacrosse team, and I'd go over there and I was like, wow, how did they get cars in here? But they find a way. So.
Oh yeah. It's very well organized, and again, all the indoor events, including the motorsport show, it's all promoted by Lenny Salmons, Len Salmons Productions, and his sons Danny and Davey. And I'm very proud to be one of the staff members, my wife Pam and I, because we always run the press room, the media center for those shows. But it all comes under Len Salmons, and it is so well organized. Everything is right down to the minute as far as practice times, start of heat races, feature races, and it's a real fan event. And we've noticed over the years that there are a lot of folks who come to the indoor races who are not necessarily, let's say, racing fans who go every week to the local tracks. It's more like they're coming to an event. Like this is their one race of the year. Like they would go to see a monster truck show or something like that. And it's kind of cool, they come there and they really enjoy this. And the hope always is that, as you said, they'll come to an indoor race and say, wow, this is pretty neat. I better go over to check out Bridgeport, New Egypt, or Wall Stadium. I hear about that. Right. And there's always a presence, a lot of times, with the local tracks, at the indoor races, too. So it's a good combination.
Yeah, Nick, Kate, and I, and Warren will be there. We're going to try to set up an interview thing, if if everything's okay with all you guys over there, and Salmons. To do some interviews and get some interest in that and everything else. So, yeah.
Very good. Excellent.
That's what we would like to do. So we'll have to all get together and chat and see what we can pull up.
Yes.
So, but yeah, it sounds like a good winter for racing, and me getting involved back into racing and with you guys and all. It's like, wow, it piqued a new interest in me. And hopefully that can convey to other people that I know and bring some people in. Because I knew that they had a race over in Trenton. I did not know about Allentown or Atlantic City, the indoor races. So now I'm really curious about doing that. And,
well, they're willing to experiment anyway. Yeah. That's a good thing too.
Yeah. So
that's a good thing.
The one down Atlantic City also ties in with motorsports weekend. So I don't know what we're going to do there. But, maybe the Allentown one, definitely the Trenton.
I think Allentown will be a good spot.
Yeah. It's a little hotbed for racing up there.
Yep.
I mean, when I lived in Scranton.
Yeah, a lot of history. Not too far from there is the Allentown Fairgrounds, which is a
right.
They had auto racing there for many, many years, both stock cars and midgets and sprint cars, going back to the 1940s, right through into the 70s, early 80s. It's a huge fairgrounds. The oval track, dirt track, is still there. They run things like demolition derbies and so forth. There's no actual auto racing per se. But, a lot of history right there in Allentown.
And right across the river, you got Flemington. So there you go.
Yeah, but, cool. All right, well, thanks, Earl. I'm going to have to get Nick in here. Calling in.
Okay, very good.
And,
thank you, Earl.
We'll be talking then, we'll talk to you before Christmas. But
we'll probably talk to you next Thursday morning, because no show next Wednesday for Christmas.
Right for Christmas. So you and your wife have a great Christmas, and we'll be talking.
Absolutely, gentlemen. All the best to your families as well. Merry Christmas to you.
Thank you, Earl.
All right.
Appreciate it very much. Yeah. on top of the thing.
Yeah.
You have to have some imagination to work that, and I could see Atlantic City, I could see Allentown, Flemington. You could just see if they could just get something rolling. They would probably stick around for a while.
And a couple times I went over to Trenton to see the lacrosse, and they'd have signs up for indoor racing. I'm like, how the heck does that happen?
Yeah.
But they, watched a couple of videos. I've seen it on the YouTube and stuff, and I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
And Kate's into it. She knows all about the indoor racing.
Trenton is like a sleeping giant. You're between the two big cities and everything. I remember when they built the stadium for the Thunder, and they had they had minor league baseball in 1950. It's long gone, But look what happened.
Yeah, well, I'm surprised that another minor league team hasn't affiliated
I
itself.
am too.
Because Trenton, for the longest time, was the only minor league stadium that sold out
every day, and it's a great place. It's a great place to watch a game.
Yes, it was great. It was fun. It was
family, prices low. It was great. It really was.
Yeah, and now, it's still good, even with the instructional league. You're not going to see the big names like you used to with like Brett Saberhagen and Nomar Garcia-Parra when it was with the Red Sox, and then the whole time with the Yankees. I think even Jeter played over there, and you couldn't get near Trenton.
Played on a rehab game.
Yeah, a lot of rehabs would go through there. Randy Pettit, I seen him play over there.
Easy to get in, easy to get out. Jersey 295.
Yeah, right there.
Oh man, they had a home run with that.
Yeah, I really hope that they get another major league affiliation because Trenton deserves it.
Sure.
Trenton's on an upswing, I believe.
I'm
not saying it because I'm from Trenton.
Yeah, but they've had the arena there, the bank arenas that they've had basketball in there. Ryder plays in there. They've tried to. They had the hockey for a little while, right?
They had hockey. Trenton Titans were there. I saw them. I missed the Trenton Terror only lasted like half a season, which was a damn shame because they were really good and it was a lot of fun, and it did rival the Wings and NLL. I'm a big lacrosse fan, so I know that. But Trenton is on an upswing. I think the mayor's got it. The crime is down. I don't want to make this a Trenton show because he can talk his own self up, but
there's opportunity to be had.
There's opportunities there. There's opportunities for business. And in fact, the only downside is it's attached to New Jersey. So.
Yes. Sorry.
So you got that government.
That's right.
But I think Trenton is definitely
it's the hometown of Bo Belinsky, if you remember him. But
I remember Bo Belinsky.
Yeah, that's right. There's opportunity to be had if somebody can just make the right moves and get the right organization going.
Trenton had a great racetrack there over off the Route 33, Nottingham Way. That was a fantastic track. Even the drivers loved it. I don't know what happened to it.
I wonder if they could ever work something with the College of New Jersey. There's land. It's like you got miles to whatever you want to do out there.
No, not anymore.
Not anymore.
They built it up pretty big over there. I was over there a couple of months ago. I was driving down Route 31, and I was like, whoa, where did this all come from?
Yeah.
There's like stores and apartments and condos and, all where it used to be pretty well open.
Yeah.
You'd have to go, I think you'd have to go up near the airport.
Be a great promotion because 31 was always maybe one of the most dangerous highways in America.
It's even worse now.
Imagine blocking that off and putting a race in there. If they survive, you can too.
Well, I wish Flemington was still around. I wish they were all still around.
Yeah.
So East Windsor. They were all great. But,
East Windsor. There's another one. Yeah, right.
East Windsor over there off of Route 33.
There's another hotbed right there. The Cranberry, Princeton area. Not bad.
That was a good area. Yeah. That got built up pretty big over there. Where the stadium or the speedway was is now all townhouses and stuff in the store. Same with Flemington is all. I think there's an outlet there. Then there's a little plaque that says this is where Flemington Speedway used to be.
Yeah, right.
But there is
Flemington Furs is still there.
Yeah. Flemington Furs is still there. There's there's a Flemington Historical Society for the Flemington Speedway Historical Society, which I follow on Facebook, and I love seeing the old pictures of back when I was when I was a kid.
I remember they were building 78. It was nothing but farmland back in the day. That's what it was.
Yeah. So
no wonder they put a racetrack in. You could put 10 of them in there at the time.
Yes, and that's what Nick and I are going to do in studio with Earl. We're going to have Earl Krause's time capsule.
Time machine, yeah.
And we're going to talk about, have some of the older drivers in, and hopefully a lot of guys calling in, sitting in with us. We're going to have a round table at the studio with Craig, and talk about the Flemington and East Windsor, and Nick's brother Johnny was a big time. He was a champion at East Windsor, and so we have all those guys sitting around talking about the quote unquote golden years of racing, the golden years to us.
I haven't really paid much attention, but I'm looking at all Fox and others have racing shows one after another after another after another.
Yeah, well, the one Nick and I are planning is kind of fashioned after Tony Stewart has like a podcast. It shows up on Motorsports and Gear TV, where they sit around, like him and I think Dale Jr. I've seen it a couple times when they had Danny Sullivan, and they actually had one with a couple of Janet Guthrie was on there, and a couple of a couple, and it's really interesting that they talk. I was caught up in the one where Tony, because he owns Eldora Speedway out in Indiana, and it's a dirt track, and a lot of guys were talking about the Grandview and Delaware and Georgetown down to Delaware and stuff, and how they can come back. It's just a matter of the right marketing.
Right, what's old is new again, right?
What they have to do is take there's a lot of money into getting these cars.
Yeah. And if you get a couple of sponsors that we're going to take a role on it,
you got to get bigger sponsors if you're going to run some of these cars. And I think going back, running it like how New Egypt, Wall, and Bridgeport is. I'm going to speak of those three because I know of those three. They keep it tight. They keep it fan friendly. The prices are down $25-$30. I mean, you can't even go to a movie for that anymore. Yeah. So the food's cheap. But you want to keep the big money out of there, because people people are not going to come out in droves when you're charging them $60-$70.
Sure.
And to come out on a Saturday night to get dirty. But even though to me the entertainment's worth that, it's just you're not going to get the mainstream people out there. You don't want to overprice your product.
Yeah, it depends on where you are. It works in Vegas, but it's not the same thing. That's apples oranges kind of thing.
Plus, the purses you got to keep the purses there to keep the drivers in. And that's something that they're working on now, is making sure the purses are worth it for the guys to invest in their money in their cars. You don't want to put $25,000 in an engine and win $100.
Yeah.
So same as business, but a lot of us, like I myself, running the vintage, there's no real money outlay for me. So I'm not going to go out there and wreck my car and spend $5 to $10 a week trying to straighten it back out.
Love to see the Tony Soprano 200 would be nice.
Up in Rahway or whatever. Yeah.
Bada bing, man.
It's up in Rahway.
Yeah.
But hopefully the racing is coming back. More I get involved, the more I'm hopeful and optimistic about it.
I think of one area, Fred, that shows some spark, let's say, pardon the pun there on that, but Allentown does real well, and if they can do something somewhere else, which is, hey, we had this thing scouted out, it starts to say, hey, me too, right. If you can do that, you got a chance.
I don't know how
We're not sure.
You also don't want to dilute the area too. Like if I wanted to say, I just hit the lottery for $80 million, I'm going to put a dirt track in Trenton. I don't want to dilute New Egypt.
No.
Or there used to be, like when East Windsor ran, it was Friday, and then Flemington was Saturday, and East Windsor would run some on Sunday.
Got everybody could breathe.
So it was like it alternated, and but you don't want to have everybody run on a Saturday night, because like if I want to, and it's different people nowadays too, because you're only going to get a Saturday night.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you'll get somebody out on a Sunday when a lot of people nowadays are working 6 days a week.
If you get a co-op between all,
if I'm
you
working
shared
6 days a week on Sunday, I just want to like sit there and look out the window.
watching football all day.
Yeah. No, I don't want to watch football.
Blame you.
That's pain
No?
in my butt.
Okay.
No, I just sit on my deck and drink beer.
That sounds good too.
Fix my house.
There you go. Let somebody else do it.
But I don't want to spend all weekend at a racetrack, and I don't blame him.
We'll spend some time right now. He's on with Fred. Go ahead, my man.
Gentlemen, how are you?
There he is.
I heard your act yesterday. Sounded pretty good there. You with Chris Moore and the rest of them. You're the only guy I know that doesn't need a microphone. It's amazing.
Well, it's the voice carries, Jim.
It does. If you're sure of yourself, that does come through. I had some of the show on last night. I thought it was pretty interesting stuff there. You were.
Well,
Yes.
Well, we do what we can do.
Yep.
I've been friends with most of these people my whole life, so
Right.
it makes it easy when they're kind of like family. So
Yeah, share the passion too. Yeah, it's the same way. Yep.
Yep. So a lot of big things going to happen. Pretty soon there's going to be a big announcement. We're definitely going to do something in the summertime, and I'll finally get a chance to hang out with Mr. Foxwell and
On the to-do list.
Did you put in
Yep,
Did you put in for next Thursday off?
I'm going to try and do that because I think everything's shut down during the holidays. So I may come in next Thursday and hang out and do some Need for Speed with you guys.
There we go.
Nice. That's okay.
Make it wide open Thursday.
That's right.
Yeah, there you go, wide open Thursday. But
It's exchange day.
I wanted to call in real quick. Yep, I wanted to call in real quick, wish everybody happy holidays and all that good stuff. And yeah,
You having fun?
2025 is going to be a great year. Oh, I'm having fun.
You having fun? Yeah.
Nick has fun all the time.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You bet.
Jim, if I don't talk to you before then, have a great holiday, all right?
I'll be looking forward to meeting you next week if you come on in. Be great.
All right. Yeah, well, have a good old time.
All right.
All right.
All right, I'll talk to you in a little bit.
All right.
All right, Fred, I'll talk to you. See ya.
All
There
right.
you go. All right, Nick Leach, your co-host there on a Wednesday night, checking in there on
The
Wild
voice of
Wednesday.
the local motorsports. Yes,
Yeah,
he
he's
is.
got. I had a little bit on there, and he's got the passion for it. It comes through.
I mean, he grew
Yeah.
up
Yeah.
and stayed with it the whole time.
That's
I got out and coming back in, so I'm like an outsider a little bit.
Yeah,
But
and-
Nick's been in there the whole time. I could love,
Well, the passion comes through, and
Yes.
you can't fake that when you hear that on the air. You just know somebody's into it or they're not.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to be into it for 50 years,
right.
you got to have a passion
Yeah,
for it.
and there's Earl, who's like you say, the time machine. He's the
Yes.
he's the Memorex there. You know, he got the memories and everything.
Yeah, and then I met so many people that I'm looking forward to having on air and having on video when we do and having them help me out with my cars, like Mark Gapel and Nick Marco, and
We could all
the support that we all give each other is just crazy.
somehow have to work in there the John Milner 200 or something like that. You know, we gotta maybe get Bill on that. Bill
Maybe we
Redner
could
on
do
that.
Well, we're planning on the Hot Rods and Heroes over
Yeah.
a night over the summer. Maybe we can get some of the cars out there. And my buddy John Kane, he has the Milner car. He said he was bringing his car up to Hot Rod Santa and a brake line blew.
Oh,
So he's
geez.
fixing that and he's going to bring it back up. So,
I was losing, Toad. I was losing.
so he's going to try to bring it up for one of our events coming up here. So Nick and I have big plans for the summer.
We'll even take Charlie Martin Smith if necessary.
If
right?
he wants to come on, that's fine. Yeah, I
Yeah.
never heard from any of them. So
Hey, maybe we get lucky.
maybe next year.
Maybe we get lucky. You never know.
I'll tell him I know Nick, and then they'll be like, "Oh, okay, we'll be right there."
Nick the Quick over there. Yeah. Anyway,
So,
hey, it's an hour of power. The Need for Speed Thursdays at 9:30. Finally, it's preceded by we're in the shop there with.
Yep.
And
Yeah, under the hood and under the sleigh this week.
that's right. And right.
Trucking.
So Merry Christmas to you, Nancy, the crew, and
Yep,
the
and Merry
grandchildren,
Christmas
and Amanda and everybody else
And your
there.
whole family too, Robin and Sam, and
Yep.
and everybody, and everybody out there that's listening and supported us all throughout the year, and everybody that calls in. And thank you, Marty, and all the guys at the landfill and the firehouse and
Yep.
everything. I love all you guys, and have a great Christmas, and we'll talk to you next week.